Let's talk about Bilderberg 2009. First of all, can you tell us what details that you have so far on Bilderberg 2009 and how you've cultivated that information?
Uh, they'll be meeting, and I'll be flying out there this next Monday in Lulamini, Greece, which is very close to Athens, Greece. May 14 to 17, they'll be meeting that during that weekend, and high on their agenda will be some obvious things like the economic chaos throughout the world, how to exploit that. Their hopes are to create an international Department of the Treasury, a world Department of the Treasury in the UN. So they'll be trying to exploit the funny swine flu thing. In fact, it's being manipulated just to create a fear in the hearts of the world, so that the World Health Organization can become a world Department of Health and Human Services sort of operation. Now,
is that something that you've gotten specifically from your Bilderberg sources, or is that something that you've cultivated from other sources?
Several inside sources who, if they were identified, would no longer be sources because they would be recognized by, they'd be called leaks by their own people.
Right.
But I can say these sources haven't failed me in many, many years. We have stories going this week about the phoniness of the so-called swine flu. Okay, we have a couple hundred cases in this country, but every year 350,000 Americans get some form of flu. Every year, more than 30,000 Americans die of some form of flu. So they took out flu, decided to give it call it swine flu, and let's scare the hell out of the whole country. In fact, let's scare the world to death. It created a demand. Bilderberg's always thought that using fear was an effective tool.
It absolutely is, and of course we remember just a few months ago on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, Henry Kissinger saying that the Obama administration had a chance to use the financial crisis to create the New World Order. And of course a swine flu pandemic, whether real or imagined, could be used in the exact same way, I'm sure. What about other issues that you expect might be covered this year?
Well, always the issue, although they've been losing that battle of transforming the Western Hemisphere into the American Hemisphere, similar to the European Union, as part, which would be another giant step toward world government. But on this one, as Americans become more aware, they become less effective. Back in the 90s, they were confident that they'd have the American Union established by the year 2000. Now this is 9 years later, and they're further behind, or they've gained no ground, and that's because Americans are becoming aware, in spite of the complete blackout by the mainstream media, the major newspapers, and all these major network outlets have promised to never use the word Bilderberg, report nothing on Bilderberg. But last year at Chantilly, we had a large number of these independent daily newspapers and independent broadcast radio and TV stations out covering Bilderberg, and of course of American Free Press, and Lord, I can't name all the various, but there's a large number of independent media there, privately owned, smaller newspapers, privately owned, not network or TV and radio stations, and there's becoming more and more aware. There are senators and House members who used to attend on a regular basis are scared to go because they hear from their constituents. So truth is our greatest weapon, and Bilderberg has been slowed down, punched in the belly. We're going to hit them again.